Český Krumlov is a small medieval town located in the South Bohemian region of the Czech Republic. With its colorful houses, cobbled streets, and majestic castle perched above the winding Vltava River, the town looks like it was taken straight from the pages of a storybook. It is one of the most charming destinations in Central Europe and a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1992. Český Krumlov lies approximately 170 kilometers south of Prague and just 30 kilometers from the Austrian border. Its population is small. Only about 13,000 residents live here, according to the latest census. The town spans an area of around 22 square kilometers, nestled between low green hills and the peaceful curves of the Vltava. This compact scale makes it a perfect destination for walking, with almost every corner offering picture-perfect views. Although small in size, Český Krumlov holds immense historical and cultural value. Its medieval core remains almost untouched, with structures dating back to the 13th and 14th centuries, still standing proudly today. The castle, narrow alleys, and old squares have survived wars, dynastic changes, and even floods, all while preserving the magic of another era today. Český Krumlov is a favorite among travelers from around the world. Visitors come not only for its beauty, but for the feeling of stepping back in time, walking through streets where history whispers from every wall and every rooftop. The history of Český Krumlov begins in the early 13th century. The town was first mentioned in historical records in the year 1253. Its name comes from the German Krumme Aue, meaning crooked meadow, a reference to the way the Vltava River twists and bends around the town like a natural moat. Český Krumlov developed as a settlement under the rule of the powerful Vítkovci family, a noble Bohemian dynasty. It soon became a strategic and economic hub thanks to its location along trade routes between Austria, Bavaria, and Bohemia. In 1302, the last male of the Vítkovci line died, and control of the town passed to the Rosenbergs, one of the most influential aristocratic families in Czech history. Under the Rosenbergs, Český Krumlov flourished. The castle was expanded, and the town became a center for culture and commerce. Magnificent. Gothic and Renaissance buildings were constructed, many of which still define the town's appearance today. The Rosenbergs ruled until 1602, when the town was sold to Emperor Rudolf II of Habsburg. During the 30 Years' War and the following centuries, Český Krumlov experienced alternating periods of decline and recovery. Ownership passed through the hands of various noble families, including the Eggenbergs and the Schwarzenbergs, who made notable improvements to the town and castle in the 20th century. Český Krumlov faced the turmoil of 2 world wars and shifting national borders. After World War II, the German-speaking EE population was expelled, and the town became part of communist Czechoslovakia. Despite years of neglect, the historical center remained intact, and after the Velvet Revolution in 1989, efforts to restore the town began in earnest in 1992. UNESCO recognized Český Krumlov as a World Heritage Site, acknowledging not only its architectural value, but the remarkable preservation of its medieval layout today. The town is considered one of the finest examples of a small Central European city with continuous urban development from the 13th through the 18th century. Curiosities about Český Krumlov. The castle with a bare moat. Český Krumlov Castle is the second largest in the Czech Republic after Prague Castle. But unlike most castles in Europe, this one has a unique feature, a bare moat. Since the 16th century, live bears have been kept in the castle's dry moat as a symbol of strength and to honor the Rosenberg family, whose coat of arms features a bear. Even today, bears still live in the moat, cared for by keepers and admired by visitors from around the world. Are a town frozen in time. Many towns in Europe were heavily damaged during wars and industrialization. Český Krumlov, however, remained almost untouched. Its medieval street plan, original buildings, and Renaissance architecture have, too, been preserved for centuries, creating the sensation that time simply stopped. A stage in the open air. The Castle Garden houses one of the oldest and most unique open-air theaters in Europe. The revolving auditorium built in 1958, this circular stage rotates slowly during performances, allowing the audience to experience scenes set in different parts of the garden without moving from their seats. A town of alchemists and mystics. During the time of Emperor Rudolf II, Český Krumlov was home to several alchemists and scholars drawn by the emperor's obsession with mysticism and the occult. It is said that strange experiments and secret studies took place in the town's hidden chambers and noble houses. A place for artists and bohemians. In the 20th century, Český Krumlov became a magnet for artists, poets, and thinkers. One of the most famous residents was Egon Schiele, an Austrian painter known for his bold and emotional works. He spent time in Krumlov in the early 1900s, and today, the Egon Schiele Art Centrum honors his legacy with exhibitions and cultural programs. A cinematic location. With its fairy tale beauty, Český Krumlov has served as the backdrop for several international films, including scenes from The Illusionist and documentaries about medieval Europe. Filmmakers are drawn to its authenticity, where little to no digital editing is needed to create a historical setting. Main tourist attractions in Český Krumlov. Walking through Český Krumlov feels like stepping into a different century. Its historic center is compact and walkable, but every corner hides something new to discover, from grand architecture to hidden courtyards and quiet river views. Český Krumlov Castle. The castle dominates the town from above, with its striking tower visible from almost every angle. It was originally built in the 13th century and has been expanded over the centuries by different noble families. Today, visitors can explore the castle interiors, climb the 162 steps of the tower for panoramic views, and admire Renaissance halls, a Baroque chapel, and priceless art collections outside. The bear moat and the castle gardens offer a unique atmosphere, especially during spring and summer. Castle Garden and Revolving Auditorium. The Castle Garden is one of the largest in Central Europe, covering an area of more than 7 hectares with trimmed hedges, fountains, and floral arrangements. It provides a peaceful space away from the busy town center at its far end. Visitors find the famous Revolving Auditorium, an open-air stage used for plays and operas during the summer season. Old Town Square, Náměstí Svornosti. The main square is the heart of the Old Town, surrounded by colorful Renaissance and Baroque facades. It's a place where locals and tourists gather at cafes and market stalls, enjoying the lively yet relaxed atmosphere. At the center stands a Marian column built in the 18th century as a symbol of gratitude for surviving past plagues. St. Vitus Church. Built in the 15th century in Gothic style, this church is one of the town's most important religious buildings. Its high arches and stained glass windows create a majestic interior, while the tower provides a dramatic silhouette over the rooftops of Český Krumlov. Latran Street. Running parallel to the river, Latran Street is a colorful stretch full of artisan shops, bakeries, galleries, and traditional Czech taverns. It's the perfect place to wander without a map. Each doorway and alley offers a new discovery. The architecture here reflects layers of time, from Gothic stonework to Renaissance frescoes. Egon Schiele Art Centrum. This modern museum celebrates the life and work of Austrian expressionist painter Egon Schiele, who once lived in Český Krumlov. The gallery not only showcases his art, but also hosts rotating exhibitions of contemporary artists from around the world. The Vltava River and rafting experiences. The Vltava River loops around the old town like a natural embrace. It's possible to take canoe and raft trips along the water, an unforgettable way to see the town from a different angle. During summer, the riverbanks are popular for picnics, photography, and watching street performers by the bridges. Minority Monastery and Cloister. This tranquil religious complex dates back to the 14th century and includes a Gothic church, a peaceful courtyard, and an exhibition about monastic life in Bohemia. It offers a break from the tourist crowds and a glimpse into the spiritual history of the region. Český Krumlov is not just a destination, it is an experience. A place where history is not confined to books or museums, but lives in the stones beneath your feet and the silence of the castle walls. Here, the streets whisper stories from centuries past, and the river reflects the dreams of artists, kings, and travelers. This town enchants not with grandeur, but with grace. Its beauty lies in the details: a painted facade catching the morning light, the scent of fresh bread from a hidden bakery, the sound of a lute drifting from a courtyard. Every moment in Český Krumlov feels like part of a fairy tale written just for you. Whether you are discovering it for the first time or returning to relive its magic, Český Krumlov welcomes you with timeless charm and a quiet invitation to slow down, look closer, and feel deeply, because some places are not meant to be rushed, they are meant to be lived. If you enjoyed this destination, share it with someone who would too. Like and follow our channel for more narrated journeys around the world. Tell us in the comments what place you would like to see here next. See you next time.